Great steak, mouth-watering barbecue, and tasty sides are what you'll find at Coastal Smokehouse in West Ocean City. And the Foodie Friday team, they were able to try just a little bit of everything. Take a look.
Delmarva, I hope you're hungry because it's time for another edition of Foodie Friday. This week we're in West Ocean City to visit Coastal Smokehouse, not only to try their steaks but their barbecue too. Let's go check them out.
And what we decided to do was open up a combination restaurant of both a smokehouse and a steakhouse, and we called it Coastal Smokehouse. We serve all kinds of different meats and, appetizer options and all kinds of stuff like that.
Chef Stuart Diepold opened Coastal Smokehouse in West Ocean City to bring together those two different cuisines. They've been open for a little under a year now, but their manager, Melissa Ruck, told us that they've gained a big following.
The area over here across the bridge, not in town as much, are happy to have something back in this local corner that everyone knows about.
To start off our visit, we went with the appetizer that everyone talks about, the sticky bits.
So we call this one the sticky bits, and what it is kind of like the burnt ends of vegetables. So what we have here is a little bit of fried Brussels sprouts. We've got some pork belly that we cook in-house, we smoke it in-house. We have it mixed with craisins, cranberries, raisins.
Once all of this is out of the fryer, it's mixed with a maple bourbon sauce, pecans, and sesame seeds for an extra crunch. After one bite, Mike and I learned that vegetables don't necessarily have to be healthy. It's a nice crunch because they're fried, but it's sweet because of that sauce, that maple bourbon sauce you're talking about. You can really taste it with that bite.
It's like pig candy. It's sweet, but it's earthy. I got a little bit of crunch from the Brussels.
Next up was the bone-in ribeye. Chef Stuart seasons both sides of the steak with their house spices before tossing it onto the grill. Then he tops it with whatever you want, like their homemade truffle butter. Right away you taste the char from the grill, and then that butter, you get that richness of it, but also the richness of the steak. It's not too overpowering. All of their dishes come with two sides of your choosing, but Melissa told us we couldn't leave without their sweet potato casserole.
It's like a dessert, honestly. It comes on your dinner plate, but half the time I go up to tables, people have already finished the sweet potatoes and haven't even started eating their food yet.
The roasted sweet potatoes are mashed with maple bourbon syrup and topped with pecans. People don't realize that they can make a fluffy sweet potato. It doesn't have to be heavy. And that's what you're getting here, is that it's light and it's fluffy. To finish our visit, Mike ordered their brisket and pulled pork.
We smoke our brisket overnight. It cooks for about 12 hours every night. It's got our own signature coffee rub on it. It's the only thing we season it with.
Not only does the bark from the coffee rub on the brisket look good, it tastes good too. But the fat holding the bark onto the meat is something else. The moment you get the fat, it melts in your mouth. It's not chewy. It just melts in your mouth, gives it some extra flavor. Like the brisket, the pulled pork is smoked to where it's so tender it falls apart. Before serving, Chef Stuart tosses it in one of their house-made barbecue sauces. He let Mike choose the sauce, and of course, Mike chose his favorite, the Carolina barbecue sauce.
The spice of my life is Carolina barbecue. It's mustardy, a little bit sweet, all right, with a little bit of sweetness.
You had me at coffee and at brisket. I swear, every time I watch a foodie, it makes me so hungry. Well, if you want to get to this restaurant and all the barbecue that you can, go to Coastal Smokehouse. It's located at 12513 Ocean Gateway in West Ocean City. And if you do go, be sure to tell them you saw them on Foodie Friday. And if you have a place that you want the foodie team to visit, email newsroom@wmdt.com.